Welcome, my friends. Sometimes we may feel sad for a reason or for no reason. You feel this sadness in your body and there is nothing you can do. You don't know how to distract yourself from it. And I would like to offer you this flow that will help you to kind of transform this energy from sadness to maybe some creative energy that will inspire you to go and do something that you haven't done for a while, maybe return to your hobby or some new ideas that will distract you from whatever is going on right now. And I just wanted to let you know that I also have sad days, and every other person on the planet does have it sometimes. Doesn't matter what country you live in, how much fun you make, we all experience that. We are all human beings and it's okay to feel that. We just need to remember not to fall victim to this state and not feeding it, because when we get used to being in the state consistently, it kind of sucks all the energy from us, and we don't even notice that we are in this state all the time. And some people may even start distancing from you when you radiate this kind of energy. So it's okay to feel it sometimes. And if you're ready to do something about it right now, grab your mat, drink a little bit of water, and now let's start practicing. We'll begin the practice from a comfortable seated position, taking your block onto the hips if needed. If your knees are very, very high and you are not able to straighten the spine, elevating the hips, bringing it on top of the block or the blanket will help you out. And when you're ready, start relaxing in your thighs, in your knees, gently activating your pelvic floor and your lower belly by drawing the pubic bone slightly in towards the lower ribs. You shouldn't go too far to round, but at the same time try not to pull the belly too far forward. Keep it slightly engaged. Draw your shoulders up, back and down, aligning the crown of the head over the spine and ears in one line with the shoulders. You can bring the palms on top of the knees and open the palms. Open for a new energy, widening through your collarbones. Preparing mentally to let go of your sadness, of anything that worries you, any unnecessary thoughts that are stuck in your head. Allowing your belly to expand as you inhale, ribs to expand, and empty the belly, empty the ribs, the chest as you exhale. Feeling the space between the ribs widening as you inhale, shortening as you exhale. Breathing into your back body and exhaling. Visualizing the energy moving from your tailbone and up towards the throat. And exhaling down. Softening your face muscle, your eyelids, your lips. As you inhale and your chest rises and your ribs are opening, visualize your heart opening up for new energy, for new thought patterns, for new look towards the situation you are in right now in your life. You can exhale with your mouth, letting go anything that doesn't serve you. Bringing both palms towards the heart. Allowing the heart to open. To release everything that doesn't serve you. everything that happened to you or happening to you right now is for a reason, and you're accepting it, learning your lesson, and switching off, like switching to a new channel on a TV for a happier story, for a new journey. When you're ready, inhale, lift your arms up through the sides. As you lengthen, visualize your palms are moving through the water. Feel a little resistance as you bring the palms up. Feel nice energy in your arms and your fingers. And exhale, reach the palms to the front, around in your back. Tucking the chin. Inhale, open your arms out through the sides, widening through the collarbones, arching your back. Sending your palms back. And exhaling, begin circling your arms up and to the front. Reach the fingertips to the front, tucking the chin round in your back. Opening your arms out through the sides. Opening the heart, connecting to your breath. And exhaling, lifting your arms up and circling it down. Inhaling out. Exhaling up and down. Inhale, stretch through the front of your body. Exhale, walk the palms to the front and allow your chest, your belly to sink over the shins. If you feel like doing it, you can move your front shin slightly forward for more sensations on your outer hip. Inhale and exhale through your mouth, allowing all the tension to go. You can move your head from side to side, relaxing your head, your neck. Inhale, lift the chest halfway up. Keep your right palm on the mat if your right shin is at the front, or the left one is at the front. And begin opening the chest to the left. You can bend the elbows, send your palm towards the lower back, and reach the fingertips towards the inner right thigh. Open the heart. And now rise up and bring your right palm on top of the left knee and find a little deeper twist. Inhale and exhale, slowly release your left palm. Begin the twisting and bring your left palm to the outside of the right foot and begin extending your leg. And maybe you will not be able to extend all the way, just observe how it feels. Maybe you're a little sore in your hamstring like I am. Observe what's happening in your IT band, and you can play with pointing and flexing the foot. You can use your belt or hold on to the shin or the ankle. And you can play with rotating your femur bone, your thigh bone out and in. And now release the hold on the foot and open your right leg out to the side. Inhale, lift your right arm up and stretch to the right. And when you breathe, relax through your left thigh, draw the knee down to the floor. Keep your sit bones rooted. And as you stretch, lift through the left armpit, lengthen. Exhale, reach to the right. Inhale, expanding the ribs as you feel the tissues between the ribs stretching. Breathe into your belly, your side body, your low back. Opening the heart. Inhale and exhale, slowly rotate the chest to face the right side and fold. Maybe again you won't be able to fold too far down. It's just the beginning of the practice. Releasing our lower back before we begin moving. Inhale, lifting the chest halfway up. Exhale, returning to neutral. Now bending your right knee and bring it in towards the groin and keep the opposite shin to the front. Lengthen through your heart. Exhale, begin folding down. If you're not able to go all the way down, have your arms extended and just lift through the base of the wrist and try to lengthen in your back body. You can send the vertebrae to the back and tuck the chin, stretching your back. Breathing and observing the sensations. Inhaling, lifting your chest halfway up, rising up, keeping your left palm on the mat if the left shin is at the front, and open your chest to the right. First lengthen, and then you twist, send your right shoulder back. You can gaze towards your right palm. Keep your right shoulder away from your ear. Breathe into your middle back, into your ribs. You can bend the right elbow and try to reach for your inner left thigh. Finding your hook. And now, maintaining your hook, trying to rise up and stack the shoulders over the hips. Bring your left palm on top of the right knee and find your deeper twist. Inhaling, lengthening. Exhale, twisting. Releasing anything that doesn't serve you. Allowing it to leave your body, giving space to new energy, new thoughts, new ideas. Inhale and exhale, slowly release your right palm. Release your left palm, and now your right palm grab the outside of the left foot, the ankle or the shin, use the belt and begin twisting to the left, extending your leg and observing what's happening in your hamstring, your IT band, your calf muscle, maybe the back of the knee. You can play with pointing and flexing, releasing your ankle, and play with rolling the femur, the knee out and in. And now release the hold on the foot and open your leg out to the side, keeping both sit bones on the mat. Inhale, lift your right arm up. Lengthen through your right armpit up to the ceiling, and then reach your left armpit down towards the knee and drawing your right knee down, observing what's happening here in your waist. And now breathe into this area. You should feel it expanding. As you inhale, feel the stretch coming from the inside and out, massaging your fascia, your muscles, lengthening. Keep your right shoulder away from your ear. Exhaling any tension. Allowing yourself to be, to feel, to connect to the present moment. Inhale and exhale, slowly rotate the chest towards the floor. Wherever you are, you may not be able to go as low as I am going. Just focus on releasing your lower back more to the right side. And breathe into that area. Expand the ribs, expand your lower back, your belly. Inhale, lifting the chest halfway up. Exhale, returning to neutral, bend the left knee. Bring the foot to the front. And now keep your right palm on the mat. Shift the weight towards the knees and stretch through the front of your body. Be careful if your floor is slippery. And squeeze the glutes and engage the hamstrings and push through the quadriceps, the hip flexors and your belly. Lifting your sternum up and finding a gentle back bend. And circling your left arm to the right, moving through the center. While you're moving through the center, slowly releasing your lower back, and now doing the opposite side, lifting it through the heart, stretching here on the right, and as you find a deeper back bend, stretching your belly, your chest, your hip flexors. Engage the glutes and push them to the front of the room. Lift your sternum up, lift through the ribs up to the ceiling, and feel your belly expanding as you inhale. Inhale and exhale. Circle your right arm to the left, towards the floor, shifting the hips back and lowering down for a moment. You can actually kind of sit on top of the heels and stretch your back. When you're ready, lifting the chest and lifting the hips, uncrossing your ankles and finding yourself in your tabletop. Palms right under the shoulders, knees right under the hips. Finding your cats and cows. Inhale, sending the tailbone up, lifting through the heart. And exhaling, draw the pubic bone towards the lower ribs. Press the floor away from you, tuck the chin. Inhale, roll the biceps out, lift through the heart. You can take a moment here to relax your neck. And exhale and draw the pubic bone towards the ribs, rounding your lower back, upper back, tucking the chin. And now you can shift the weight forward and back, slowly activating your wrists. Press the whole palms into the mat, press the tips of the fingers into the mat, roll the biceps out. And then you can do this gentle circles. And breathing, connecting your whole palm, the knuckles to the floor. And reversing the movement. Breathing. Return to neutral, bring the top of the fingers, the top of the palms to the mat. Fingers are pressed into the mat, and then slowly shifting the weight back. Press the fingers, the knuckles into the mat. Observe where you feel it, how you feel it. Press through the thumb into the mat. And again, very, very slowly, gently, you can play with moving like tiny moves. And then very, very slowly begin shifting and peeling your wrists and relaxing your wrists. You can circle, shake, and now awakening your joints, your elbows, your shoulders. One more time. You can reach your palms behind you, interlace the fingers, lift through the heart, and you can stretch your neck. Observing where you feel it. And then slowly returning back to your tabletop, curling the toes and lifting the hips up, finding your downward dog. Reach your belly towards the thighs, engage the core, begin sending the tailbone and sit bones up to the ceiling, and then engaging the quadriceps, reaching the heels down, push the back of the knees to the back of the room, straightening the legs. Wherever you are, if your heels are not touching the floor, that's completely fine. Walking your dog, bending your knees one at a time, connecting to the sensations, trying to keep your back in one straight line. Pressing your whole palms into the mat, spread the fingers, rolling the biceps out. Inhale, send the gaze between the palms. Exhale, lift the heels and reach the knees to the floor and pulse. 1, 2, and then back to downward dog. 1, 2, back to downward dog. 1, 2, back to downward dog. 1, 2, engage the core, back to downward dog. And now we are going to move to the front. 1, 2, now jump to the tops of the feet. 1, 2, curl the toes. 1, 2, uncurl. 1, 2, curl. 1, 2, and jump to the front. Slowly extending your legs, keeping them, the knees micro bent. Let your head be heavy. Let your shoulders be heavy. You can swing from side to side. You can play with straightening one leg as you twist to the right, and then moving through the center and switching.
Observing where you feel it. I feel it in my AT band, my outer hip, as I've been practicing a lot lately, shooting videos for you guys. One more time to the right. And exhale to the left, and connecting to the sensations, observing how slowly the new energy is taking place instead of the old one. Maybe you're a little more tuned in and more calm. When you're ready, inhale. Exhale, scoop your pubic bone, kind of circle it towards the ribs, and you would feel your core engaging. And now use this energy to stretch through the front of the body, align the knees over the heels, very slowly, hips over the knees, stretching through the front, aligning the shoulders over the hips, focusing on your third eye, aligning the crown of the head over the spine, and you should feel very balanced. Nice and tall posture. Inhale and exhale, begin drawing your chin towards the chest. Breathe into the back of your neck. Exhaling, rounding a little bit. Breathing into your upper back. Feel the back body stretching as you inhale. Inhaling, exhaling, rounding a little bit more in your middle back, in your shoulder blade area. Breathe to the area between the shoulder blades. Inhale. Expand the ribs. Exhale, rounding a little more. Inhale. Breathe into your lower back. Observe where you feel stuck. Maybe something doesn't move fluidly like in other areas. Inhale. Exhale, folding down a little more. Breathe into your lower back. Don't move the hips yet. Inhale and exhale. Now you can fold a little more, and you can flex at your hips. You can micro bend the knees and reach your fingertips to the floor. Observe where you feel the sensations. Ease at your back, upper back, middle back, lower back, your hips, your hamstrings. Feel the blood rushing to the head. Inhale, micro bending the knees. Exhale, scoop your pubic bone towards the ribs. And imagine you have stretching an elastic band right in front of you with your belly. You're kind of pulling with your belly, and feel this energy helping you to lift up through the heart and aligning the crown of the head over the spine. Observe the blood rushing back down to the heart. Observing the balance, maybe a little bit more balanced. Maybe you feel some sort of support in your back body. Inhaling, lifting your arms up. Interlacing the fingers, lengthening. And exhale, reach the arms to the right. Breathe into the side ribs. Inhale, rise back up. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, reach your arms to the left, gaze up to the ceiling if you can. Root your right foot into the mat. Lifting your right armpit up. And breathe into the side ribs. Feel your ribs expanding. Engage the core, inhaling, rising up. Exhaling, bend the elbows 90 degrees. Twist your chest to the right. Inhale. Exhale, back to center. Inhale. Exhale, twist to the left. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, bring the palms to the heart. And observe the sensations in your side body. The awareness on the ribs, on your back body, in your arms. Observing how much volume your body is taking in this room.
Maybe you feel more volume on the sides and the back than in the front of your body. When you're ready, inhaling, lifting the arms up, finding your back bend. You can bend the arms and find your cactus arm position, micro bending the knees, lifting through your heart, bending in your middle back. And exhaling, slowly folding down, bending at your hip creases. And when you need to bend the knees to touch the floor, the shins. Inhaling, lifting the chest halfway up. Exhale, stepping your feet back into plank and lower down to your knees, chest and chin. This is your modification if you're not able to do chaturanga. Inhale, extend the torso for your cobra. Lift through the heart, press the feet into the mat. Exhale, shift the hips back. This is your child's pose at any time. Take this rest pose when you need it. Inhale, lift the hips. Exhale, curl the toes, find your downward dog. Inhale, lift your right leg up, bend your right knee, externally rotate your right hip. And now transition into your plank and circle the right knee towards the right armpit, the left, and all the way towards the left knee. And then externally rotating, drawing big circles with the right knee. Moving from your downward dog to plank and back up. Engaging our core, awakening our arms and the hips, and connecting to the present moment while moving. Inhale, externally rotate the hip, lift the knee as high as you can, and extend your right leg. And with your hip externally rotating, pulse the right leg up. 1, 2, and observe where you feel it. I feel it on my outer hip. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Closing the hip, bending the knee, and stepping your right foot to the outside of your right palm. Finding your twist here, lifting through the heart. And now you can rotate your right toes out to the side and keep your back heel lifted for now. And you can play with lifting higher and sinking, and observe where you feel it. Nice stretch on your outer hip, your glute and IT band. Breathe. Letting go any tension, especially from the hips area. And now slowly frame the front foot, rotate the right toes to face the front, step your right foot back to plank, exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog, modifying if needed. Exhale, shift the hips back up, downward dog. Inhale, lift your right leg up, bend the knee. And now externally rotate the hip, and while your hip is externally rotated, the knee is pointed to the side, begin shifting towards the plank, and then make a circle with the knee towards the left armpit, right, and begin shifting the hips back and draw a circle with your left knee. Exhale to the front. Inhale, back up. Exhale to the front. Inhale, back up. And as you move to the front and bring the knee towards the armpit, compress the thigh towards the belly, towards the ribs as you move through. Engaging our core, connecting to our powerhouse, to our true self. One more time, inhale and exhale. Slowly returning back to your downward dog with your knee externally rotated. And now extend your left leg. Keep the knee rotated out to the side and pulse the leg up. 1, squeeze the glute. 2, 3, 4. Breathe. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Closing the hip, bend the knee and step your left foot to the outside of the left palm. Find your twist, stack the shoulders, reach your left arm up. Breathe.
And now rotate your left toes out to the side. Keep your back heel reaching to the back of the room. It's going to be a little hard for you to twist, and you will feel your inner thighs kind of squeezing. And as you squeeze the inner thighs actively and pulse, you will feel a nice stretch here on the outer left hip. Find a spot where you feel the most of the sensations and pulse there. Inhale and exhale, circle your left palm up and to the front. Frame the front foot, rotate the toes to face the front. Step your left foot back to plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhaling, upward dog. Exhale, lift the hips up, downward dog. Inhale. And exhale, begin drawing the pubic bone towards the ribs, rounding your back, tucking the chin, moving towards the plank, round it, and now sinking the hips, lifting through the heart, opening the heart, and exhaling, shifting the hips back to downward dog. Inhale, tucking the chin, rounding in your lower back, middle back, upper back, wave-like movement to the front. Inhale. Exhaling, shifting the hips back, downward dog. One more time. Wave-like movement from your lower back, middle back, upper back, rounding, sinking the hips. Exhaling, shifting the hips back and up. Inhale. Bend the knees and pulse the knees to the floor. 1, 2. Connect your inner thighs together. 1, 2, and extend. Breathe. 1, 2, and extend. 1, 2, and extend. You're working on your ankle flexibility. And now jump. Switch towards the tops of the feet. 1, 2, and extend. And now curl the toes. Shorter downward dog version. 1, 2, and extend. 1, 2, and extend. And now switch towards the tops of the feet. 1, 2, and extend. 1, 2, and extend. And now curl back. 1, 2, and extend. Very short downward dog. 1, 2, and extend. And you can jump all the way to the front. Inhaling, lifting the chest halfway up to lengthen. Exhaling, folding down, stretching your legs. Micro bending the knees, inhale. Exhale, scoop your pubic bone. Draw the pubic bone towards the ribs and begin rising up slowly. Staking the knees over the heels. Hips over the knees, shoulders over the hips. Crown of the head over the spine. Observing how you feel. When you're ready, inhale, lifting the arms up, finding your back bend. Exhaling, folding down. Inhaling, halfway up. Exhale, step or jump back into chaturanga. Inhaling, upward facing dog. Exhale, lift the hips up, downward dog. Inhale, lift your right leg up and step it to the outside of the right palm. Lift through the heart. And find your twisted back bend. So you open the chest to the right and then lean back. You can draw the right knee out from you. You can lift the inner sole of the foot. Keep sending the left heel to the back of the room. Inhale and exhale, lift your right arm up. Bring it down to the floor. Bring your right foot all the way to the mat and move your torso away to the left. Keep your back knee lifted. And you can play with pulsing 1 and then back up, 2 and back up, 3, back up, 4 and 5. Inhale and exhale, slowly moving back, framing the front foot, stepping your right foot back to plank, exhaling, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog.
Exhale, lift the hips up, downward dog.
Couple of breaths here, tucking the chin. Move the energy from your tailbone and up to the throat. With each inhale, it's moving up higher and higher. Breathe into your middle back, expand the ribs. Inhale, lift your left leg up and step it to the outside of your left palm, sink the hips. Keeping your right palm on the mat, you can give yourself a little more space, move it a little more to the edge, and begin opening the chest to the left, and then lean back. You can let your inner sole of the foot lift, send the knee out, keep sending your right heel back. And find this little twist, feel the sensations on your waist, your outer hip. Inhale and exhale, lower your left palm down to the floor, bring the sole of the ball of the foot to the mat, keep your back knee lifted and walk your palms all the way to the right. Breathe, inhale and exhale, tap the knee down, and then as you extend, push the heel back. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Inhale, exhale, slowly moving back to center. Framing your front foot, stepping it back to plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, lift the hips up, downward dog. Observing how your downward dog feels. Inhale and exhale, pass the knees down to the floor, 1, 2. And switch towards the tops of the feet. 1, 2, squeeze your inner thighs together. Engage the core, 1, 2. Switch, 1, 2, and all the way to the front. Inhale and exhale, scoop your pubic bone towards the ribs. Engage the core and slowly rising up. Keep your back rounded and slowly stacking your vertebrae, one on top of the other. Very, very slowly connecting to your core, to the front of your body, helping you to rise up to standing. Bringing the palms to the heart and observing how you feel. If maybe the tension is already gone or almost gone, you're connected to your body, to the sensations. Inhale, lift the arms up, find your back bend. And very slowly folding down. Inhaling halfway up. Exhaling, stepping or jumping back into chaturanga. Engage the core as you jump. Inhaling, upward facing dog. Exhale, shift the hips back and up, downward dog. Lift your right leg up, open the hip, bend the knee, point the toes behind you. And now shifting the shoulders to the front, bring the foot to the floor, lift through the hips, find your back, bend, open the heart for new things, new beginnings, for new energy, for creativity. Inhale and exhale slowly. Circle your right arm through the front, through the left side, and touch the right foot. And then lift the hips back up one more time, lifting through the heart. And exhale slowly, returning back to your one-legged dog. Lifting your right leg up. Flexing the foot, square the hip, pass your right leg up to the ceiling for 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Bend the knee. Five. And now point the toes and transition into your one-legged plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, one-legged upward dog. Exhale, shift the hips back up, downward dog. Lower your right leg down. Inhale, lift your left leg up. Open the hip. Bend the knee, point the toes behind you. Shifting the shoulders forward, transition to your waltzing pose. Lifting through the heart. Exhale, circle your left arm through the front to the left of the mat and touching your right foot. Stretching through your lower back. And then lifting back up. Waltzing pose. Shift the hips up to the ceiling. Inhale and exhale slowly, transitioning back to your one-legged dog. Flex the foot. Spread the weight between the palms. Push the floor away from you with the palms and pulse your left leg up for 1. Engage your right leg 2, 3, 4, 5. Point your left toes. Inhale. Transition into your one-legged plank. Exhale, bend the elbows, one-legged chaturanga. And inhale, bend the left knee and lift through the heart. Find your upward dog variation. Exhale. So use the strength of your core, engage the glutes and shift the hips back. One-legged dog. Lower your left leg down. Observing how you feel. Connecting to the sensations. Inhale, lift your right leg up and step it to the front of the mat. Drop your back knee down. Inhale, lift through the heart. Exhale, shift the hips back slightly and pressing the floor away from you, tucking the chin, rounding your back, stretching your back. Inhale, sink the hips, lift through the heart. And exhaling, rounding. One more time, inhale, lift through the heart. Exhale, round. And now rising up to 90-90 position. Inhale, lift the arms up, interlace the fingers, lengthen. And checking on your knees. Front knee is above the ankle, back knee is right under the hip. And now draw the pubic bone towards the ribs and feel this left quadricep engaging. Lengthen. You can grab your left wrist if you wish. And begin reaching your left armpit up to the ceiling, pressing your lower left leg into the mat. Draw the pubic bone towards the ribs and begin stretching to the right. Connecting to your psoas, to your hip flexors. Breathe. And you can even reach your right palm to the floor if you can, to the block. Engage the core. Inhale, slowly rise back up. Now rotate your left toes all the way to the right side of the mat and align your left knee and right heel. So your hips are open to the side and right ankle is under the knee and left knee is under the hip. Extend your arms to the side and you're going to move forward and back. Press your lower left leg into the mat. You're kind of sliding the right foot back and it's helping you to move to the front. And don't peel the heel of the mat. We're working on the flexibility of our front, the front of the ankle. And now push the right foot into the mat to push yourself back and to the front. And moving forward and back, trying to keep your knees, the hips and shoulders in one plane. 2, engage the glutes. Working on our elasticity. 3, 4, 5. And from here, extend your right leg all the way. Flex the foot and stretch the side of the body. Lift your right arm up, circle it back and down and sink the hips. Lowering the left hip to the inside of the heel, left heel. So I'm going to rotate to face you. You're going to look like this. Inhale, lift through the heart, and now find a movement in your pelvis. First, send your sit bones back and draw the knees up to the ceiling. The right knee up to the ceiling, flex the foot. And then begin moving from side to side and observe where you feel it. And you can begin making circles. As you make circles and move to the front, you should feel your hips flexing. Little by little, you begin folding down.
wherever you are. Maybe you're here and you feel a lot of sensations on your inner thigh. Breathe. Connecting to our pelvic floor. Engage in your pelvic floor. Breathe into your lower back. Into your belly, into your side ribs. You can fold all the way down if you wish. Observe where you feel it. If you feel pain in your knee, then you can bring the foot to the front. Slowly move your torso all the way towards the right leg, staying as low as you can, again stretching in your lower back to the left side. Breathing into that area. Inhaling, lifting the chest halfway up. Exhale, lifting and rising up to seated. And now you can externally rotate your right hip. Begin moving your heel in. Bring it towards the belly button and then bring the foot on top of your right thigh. So you're finding this half lotus variation. Be careful with the knee. If the knee is very, very high, use the block under the hips or maybe under the thigh or the knee. And just stay here, stretching your ankle. You can massage the sole of the foot, the arch. Release. And this is all connected to your back body. So if you have tension in your back, you can massage your feet and you will already feel better. And now, if you feel comfortable, you can try to fall down and observe the sensations arising. If you need to exhale with your mouth, please exhale with your mouth. Inhaling, lifting the chest halfway up. And now releasing your right foot, relaxing the ankle. Switch back to the previous position. And now you are extending your right leg out to the side, lifting the hips up where you were before, and keeping your palm on the floor, the block, lift into your little back bend here, stretch through the front of the hips. And now circle your left arm to the front, framing your front foot, and you turn your left toes to align with the knee, and you're finding yourself in your hamstring stretch. Flex the foot, lengthen, exhale, folding down, flex the foot. Inhale, lift through the heart, slide your right heel in and bend the right knee and find your lizard. Bring your elbows to the floor, and if you're not able to go to your elbows, bring the blocks under or have your one elbow up, one down, stretching your outer hip, your inner thigh, your groin, the glute. Bring your right shoulder, if possible, under the right thigh. So you may have to shift the hips slightly back and give yourself some space. You can round your back and just reach the forehead to the floor. And now bring the shoulder under. And maybe this is enough for you. Stay here. If you wish, you can play with extending the back leg. You can play with stepping the knee down and up. Breathe. Observing where you feel it, and now lower the knee down and play with extending your right leg. Keep your shoulder under the thigh and to the front. Maybe it's going to be a tiny move where you feel it. Is it your back? Is it your hamstring, the glute? And observe what kind of sensations. It should be a little different than regular stretch. It feels like something gets unglued or unstuck, like the tissues begin to slide against one another. When you do it the first time, it's really bad, but when you begin doing it more often, you notice that you don't feel those sensations anymore. Inhale and exhale, slowly release the shoulder. You can extend and lengthen through your arms. Lengthen through your lower back, reach your forehead and chest to the floor. Slowly walk the palms back in, shifting the hips back, frame the front foot, and descend your hips to the outside with your left heel to the outside of the left hip. Inhale, lengthen, and exhale. Begin folding down, begin the movement in your hips. And you can play here with rolling the foot out and in. Observe where you feel it. Letting go any tension. Rising up and powering up with your hips and rising up back to your lunge. Step your right foot back to plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhaling, upward dog. Exhale, lift the hips up. Downward dog, taking a moment to breathe and observe any differences between the left and right sides. Maybe the right heel is a little closer to the floor. The right part of your hips feel more open. Inner thighs, hamstrings. Inhale, lift your left leg up and step it to the front of the mat. Drop your back knee down, sink in the hips. Inhale, lift through the heart. Exhale, shift the hips back to align over the knee. Press the palms into the mat. Rounding your back, draw the pubic bone towards the ribs, tuck in the chin and feel a nice stretch in your back. Inhale, lift through the heart. Exhale, move the hips in one line, shift the hips back and then round. Inhale, sink, and exhale, shift the hips back and round. Inhaling, rising up, lifting the arms up, finding your 90-90 position with the knees, grabbing your right wrist and draw the pubic bone towards the ribs. You can use the something under your ankle to have more connection to the floor if you have a lot of space here. And as you lengthen, draw the pubic bone towards the ribs. Lift through your right armpit and press your lower right leg, the foot, the shin, the knee into the mat. And find a nice stretch. Reaching to the left side, gazing up towards the ceiling. Try not to move the hips. Breathing out, expand the ribs. Exhale, contract. If you wish, you can reach your left arm even more to the floor. Inhaling, rising up. Exhale, lower the arms down. And now slowly rotate your right toes to the left side. And align the left heel with the right knee. Left knee is above the ankle, hip above the right knee. Extending your arms to the sides. Root your left foot into the mat. Kind of grab the floor with the mat and begin moving to the front. Observe where you feel the restriction. Is it here? Is it the front of the ankle? And now push through the foot to push yourself all the way back. Try not to move with your shoulders, just the hips. And if you feel that your heel is lifting, then don't move that far. Breathe. Push back. This side maybe is not as fluid as the right. So just observe the differences. Breathe. Inhale and exhale. Slowly begin walking your heel away from you. Flex the foot, straighten the leg, engage the quadricep. Inhale, lift your right arm up, lengthen through the right armpit and reach your arm to the left. Keep your chest open, shoulders stacked, left leg engaged. Push the heel into the mat.
Breathe into this area, into your side body. Side stretches are cooling, relaxing, so we are doing lots of side stretches today. Inhale, rising up, and now sink the hips, keeping your right foot to the outside of the right hip. Preparing for a hip stretch, inner thigh stretch. So begin, you can lift the hips and kind of send the pelvic floor to the back of the room, sending the tailbone back and pubic bone to the front. And your left knee is not going with it, you're moving it up to face the ceiling. And now, maybe this is already enough. You feel lots of sensations, just stay here, play with moving from side to side, hinging in your hips, making half circles. And if you feel like going lower, you can begin moving closer and closer to the floor. Remembering this is your practice. This is not for putting all check marks in front of all postures. This is for you to feel better, to release, and whatever it takes. Maybe you don't need that much. If you're ready, going all the way down, letting go any tension in your neck, softening in your pelvic floor, breathing into your back body. And now when you're ready, slowly moving all the way towards the left thigh. Inhale, lift the chest, return, bend the left knee, so externally rotate the leg, so the knee wants to fall naturally out, let it do so, and then begin bending the knee. So if your mat is non-slip, you can help yourself to bring the heel closer and closer, keeping the external rotation, and the heel is going to reach towards the belly button, and the top of the foot is placed on top of the right thigh. And then this side may feel a little bit weird, maybe the knee is higher. Just observe the differences, and where you feel the restriction, is it the hip, is it your inner thigh, or the ankle? For me, it's the ankle. So if this is more tight than the right, and both legs work should work pretty much the same, because they should spread the weight evenly, most likely one leg, one foot and ankle works more than the opposite. So we need to work on evening that out. You can massage your foot, your ankle, your arch, releasing any tension with your knuckles. Maybe you can fold. Remember, be careful with the knee, with the ankle. Exhaling through your mouth if you wish, all the tension. Inhaling, lifting up, and slowly releasing the foot very carefully, helping yourself to relax. You can move in a circular motion, maybe a little massage here. Feel the heat, the blood rushing to this area. And now extend your left leg out, keep your left palm on the mat, and lift the hips. And now find your back bend. So you may use the block under the left palm if you need to. Send the hips to the front, open the front after folding forward. Inhale, exhale, lift your right arm up, framing your front foot, and return your right toes to align with your right knees. Hips over the back knee. Flex your left foot, lengthen, send the sit bones back. Again, find the movement in your hips. And begin folding down, observing where you feel it. Is it the hamstring, the calf muscle, maybe the back of the knee? Maybe it's everything. Bend the front knee. Bring your left palm to the inner side of the foot, finding your lizard.
Breathing and observing the sensations. Lift your back knee up. Now you can bring your left shoulder under the left thigh. So shift the hips slightly back. You can round your back, draw the pubic bone towards the ribs to round, and reach your forehead to the floor. And then bring the shoulder to the left under the thigh. And maybe this is enough. Stay here. Observe where you feel it. You can play with extending your back leg, sending the heel back, and maybe pulsing the knee down and then up. Down and up, down and up, staying here, or lowering the knee down and root the foot into the mat and play on extending. The left side feels different, and bending. And again, you're pushing the foot in and pushing the hips back, connecting to your whole costume made of fascia. It's all connected. Press through the ball of the left foot as you do it, and you will feel the connection to your inner thigh going all the way up. Squaring the hips will give you even more sensations. Inhale and exhale, very slowly release. Extend the arms and finding your lizard. And if you wish, you can try to take it a little lower. Observe maybe if you can go a little lower after all the moves, sinking the chest to the floor. Inhale, exhale, slowly move the palms in, frame the front foot, and now shift the hips back, lowering the hips down, keeping your right heel outside of the right hip. Flex the foot, engage the core. Inhale, find the movement in your hips first. Lengthen and exhale, begin folding down and observe where you feel it. Take the heel in. You can play with moving your foot from side to side as you go a little deeper. Inhale, lifting the chest halfway up. Exhale, returning to neutral. Now you can lift and rise up to sit on your right heel. First, it's going to be a little easier, and then power up with your hips, with your pelvic floor, the glutes forward, and place the palms down. Step your left foot back to plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhaling, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward dog. Keep the palms on the mat. Shift the shoulders forward. Create a triangle between the palms and the crown of the head. Bending the elbows 90 degrees. And if you have a non-slip mat, you would have to walk the feet, or you can slide. Compress your thighs to your belly, and then begin lifting your legs up for your headstand. Squeeze the legs. And then you can slowly try tucking the knees in. And maybe try to lower the knees to your elbows. And find your crow. And when you're ready, lower feet down and transition into your child's pose to rest after the inversion. Breathing into your back body. Slowing down your breathing. And then slowly rising up, sending your heels to the front and lowering down to your back, lifting your legs and sending your legs behind you for your plow. You can bend the knees, reach them to your ears. Extend your legs up for your shoulder stand. Then slowly lower your legs down and begin walking your toes in towards the head as close as you can, compressing your belly to your thighs and slowly rolling out. Bending your knees and bringing your knees to your ribs, to the side ribs, finding your happy baby. And you can play with extending your legs, observing how your hamstrings, your inner thighs feel. Maybe the feet are a little closer to the floor. And now keep reaching your feet to the floor. Begin closing your legs, reaching them towards one another. And now you can bend the knees, bring the feet, the heels towards the glutes. Lowering the feet down, extend the legs, bring the palms under the glutes and find your fish pose. Point the toes, press the heels into the mat, squeeze the inner thighs and begin reaching your belly button up to the ceiling. And if you feel comfortable, dropping your head, breathing in. Opening the heart for new energy, for light and love and peace in your heart. Opening up your throat for being able to speak the truth, to express yourself. Inhale, lift your head back up to neutral, tuck the chin. Very slowly move the elbows out, draw the pubic bone towards the ribs, and begin lowering your spine down, releasing the palms. Bend the knees and find your supine butterfly. You can bend the elbows 90 degrees. With each and every exhale, trying to slow down your breath, release the tension. Bring your right palm towards the heart and left palm towards the belly, connecting to your breath, expanding the belly as you inhale. Emptying as you exhale. And taking a moment to reflect how your heart feels. You can stay in Shavasana for as long as you wish. If you're ready to finish with me, begin waking up your toes, your fingers. And roll to your right side for your fetal position. Keeping your eyes closed, staying connected to your practice, slowly rising up, taking a moment to observe and reflect how your body, your mind, your heart feel, if there are any shifts, any changes at all. Bringing the palms towards the heart center. Being grateful for everything your body was able to accomplish today. For all the stress, the tension that you were able to release and let go. For all the energy and peace you were able to cultivate during this practice. Thank you guys for joining me for this flow. I hope you feel better. Your tension, your worries, your sadness is gone, and you were able to cultivate new type of energy with new qualities that you will be able to direct into some creative things. Maybe you will be inspired to do something for yourself, for others, for your family, for people that you don't know. Let me know in the comments how you feel. Share with your friends. Subscribe if you're not subscribed yet. If you love this flow and you would love to try a longer version of this flow with extended cool down and meditation, please join Gayatri.yoga, where you get access to many long 60, 70, 80-minute flows plus a 30-day yoga program that will help you build a foundation for a consistent home practice. Let me know in the comments if you have any questions. Until we practice again, namaste.